How to add structure to the sleeve. So what you do, you measure around your sleeve, round your bodies from one side, then round your arm to the other side of your sleeve. After measuring, then you fold your fabric into two, like so. Fold the fabric into two. So I measure 40 inches because I also added extra inches to the sleeve round. So I measure 40 inches. So 40 inches divided by 2, because this is on fold, 40 inches divided by 2 is 20 inches. So I fold it into 2. So I'm going to mark out my 20 inches, and I added 1 inch seam allowance to the sleeve round. So if I open it up, if I open the fabric up, it's going to be 40 inches. If I open it up, if I measure it, it's going to be 40 inches. So I'm going to fold that aside and keep. So what I'll do, I'm going to measure the length of the sleeve length. I'm going to measure 4 inches. Then I add half inches as seam allowance to the. So you see my crinoline. My crinoline is just 1 inches. Okay, just 1 inches. Okay, so if you want to make yours, please look for the crinoline that has 3 inches, the length 3 inches. Okay, you can see the one of 2 inches, you can see the one of 3 inches. All right, so get the one of 3 inches so that your sleeve will be big and bold. All right, so I had to make use of this crinoline because this is what I have just to teach this tutorial. All right, so this is 1 inches here, so I'm going to keep that aside. So because I'm going to fold this fabric into 2, I'm going to fold it. So you see this is 4.5 inches. So, and this is my fabric. So I'm going to fold that into 2. So you see, I'm going to fold it like so into 2. So so there will be enough space for me. After I sew my seam allowance, there'll be enough space for me. So what I'll do is I'll measure my crinoline. Okay, 40 inches. So measure the 40 inches all the way down. So I'm going to measure that 40 inches. So after measuring the 40 inches, I will just double it. So it's 41 inches, yes. So I will fold it again and measure because I want to, double it. I'm going to sew it double. All right, so that it will have structure. All right, so I'm going to cut it out. After cutting it out, I will just take it to the sewing table and sew. You see, I'm going to sew all the way down. So I'm at the sewing machine. So I've already folded it into 2. So I will be sewing close to the edge of my crinoline. I'll be sewing close to the edge. So I'm at the other side. I also sew close to the edge, my crinoline, so it will be thicker. All right, so it will be thicker. That's the purpose. So what I'll do is I'll fold a fabric piece so that I'll use it to sew the edges so that it will not be choking me. All right, so you just use that fabric piece to you just sew it. All right, to sew the rough edges. So now I'll fold my fabric into 2, then I'll iron it so that it will stay. I'll press my iron on it, then I'll mark ½ inch as my sewing. I'll see my allowance ½ inch. So it's always good to add ½ inch because so that your stitches will be straight. All right, so I'm going to mark ½ inch, then I'll sew on that ½ inch allowance. I'll sew all the way down to the end. So if you like this video, please follow us to see more of our sewing tutorial video. So I'm already through, so I'll cut out the straight thread. So after I cut out, then I'll fold it inside out because I'm going to turn it to the right side. So I'm going to, what I'll do is I'll first of all trim out the excesses. All right, I'll trim out all these excesses. Then after trimming out, I'll fold it inside out so I can be able to turn it out to the right side. So I'll keep folding that out. I'll keep removing the piece out. So I'm already through with removing the piece out. So what I will do is, you see the side I sew, I'm going to twist it to the middle. All right, I don't want that to show. I twist it to the middle. So I press my iron on the sleeve so that it will lay flat for me. So I'm going to iron them out so that it will be fine, it will be neat and smooth. So I've ironed that down. So I'll bring my crinoline and I'll insert it inside that sleeve attachments. So I'll attach the crinoline inside. I'll attach it all the way to the end. So I've already attached it all the way to the end. So what I will do is I'm going to press my iron on it and iron it flat. All right, so I'm ironing it flat. So I'm already through. So far, look at the sleeve. See how lovely the sleeve is. All right, so this is the front. So it's going to extend at the arm side. This is the back. So this is how it should be around your body.